been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Scotch. Air goes down into my belly.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle, with the best selection of bourbon, whiskey, tequila, private section bottles, and more.
My problem is I drink too much, way too much.
Yeah.
I get my doctor a urine specimen. There was an all of it.
Now, let's pour some drinks.
Yes, indeed. We should pour some drinks on a Bar Cart Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Tony Conja standing by. It's Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. You know us from 101.5 KGB. We're here on YouTube at Big Rich, TD, and Fletch, and Keg and Bottle. You can follow us, like, subscribe there. We're joined in studio by Copper Cane Wines. We have the lovely Lisa Brooks joining us on the mic. Lisa, thank you for being here. Good morning. This has been wonderful getting to know you and this wine brand that I mean has really blown us away. Now, we do the radio show, and you joined us for the final hour of the radio show, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch in San Diego. And here on YouTube, we get to really dig in and find out more about, you know, the wine itself, the brand, the people behind it. How did you come to work with Copper Cane?
So interestingly enough, I actually went to school for broadcasting. I worked in the television for a couple years, got laid off. We all know the story in the industry, right?
And like every other broadcaster, you got heavily into drinking.
Yeah, you know, slightly. Just a little problem. I was a big wino in my 20s and 30s. Have to back off a little bit in my 40s. But yeah, my father-in-law used to work for one of the distributors.
Hang on here. Lisa's over 29?
Wow.
You guys are really good for the ego.
I would not have guessed that. I was going to say she was barely legal to drink, but here she is, talking about the 40s. Level 4? Would have never guessed. No, well, I will say this: if it is a selling point, this wine preserves you well.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Joe's putting a little Botox in there, a little collagen.
Oh, wow.
So, Joe, you mentioned Wagner. He's kind of wine royalty.
Yes,
he's of the makers, the original makers of Caymus, and you know he's I mean, you said it was funny. You said it on the radio show earlier. He literally learned to walk in the vineyards.
Yeah. So he's fifth generation winemaker. His grandparents and father Chuck Wagner co-founded Caymus Vineyards, one of the founding families of Napa. Fifth generation winemaker. He started making wine when he was 19. We're drinking QUILT wines today, which is a younger brand that he released about 7-8 years ago. But I brought you guys a bottle of Belle Glos because that's kind of what started his career and what is iconic to kind of his legacy. The wax, it's sexy. It's a great bottle, consistently amazing over the last 20 plus years. And we are actually having our 25th anniversary this year
of Belle Glos.
Of Belle Glos.
Wow.
And Joe's a young guy. Like, he came out with Belle Glos when he was 19.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
He couldn't even taste it yet.
Yeah,
he was making it and just rolling the die.
Gosh, he was winemaking blind. Yeah. He didn't know. He was like,
it down.
I just know the colors. That's all.
Yeah,
this one's deep purple.
Yeah.
So what part of the duck?
My favorite band. That's why I went with that color.
Like duck's Belle Glos, right? Isn't that
Belle Glos? So the name actually comes from
not part of the duck liver. What's that?
No, that's foie gras.
Oh, that's it. Yeah. Sorry.
You are. Yeah. I mean, Fletch, take a lap. This is our first lap of the day. I mean, he's had so much wine.
Yes, because we started this on the radio show.
Yeah.
Prior to YouTube, so we're a couple bottles in.
We're only 2 glasses in, technically. There's a lot of us in this studio, but
I am white girl wasted.
Yeah. No, if you saw how Tony Conja, owner operator, Keg and Bottle, 10 locations all throughout San Diego County, poured a glass of wine. I mean,
he's a little heavy-handed.
There's no room for swirling.
Yeah.
Only in your glass, though.
What?
Only because we care about you.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
What was the QUILT wine reserve we started with? It was a white.
So we started with the Fumé Blanc, which is beautiful wine. If you're kind of in between that Sauvignon Blanc and that Chardonnay drinker, and you're leaning more towards getting into Sauvignon Blancs, Fumé Blanc, especially this one, is just a beautiful wine. The complexity on it, the minerality that you get from it. If you love like a Sancerre from France, this has some really nice characteristics that kind of bring that home for people.
Now,
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'll say those who may not know, what's the difference?
Yeah, not us.
Yeah, but the uneducated people, the difference between all of those wines you just listed.
So
is it sweetness? Is it dryness?
So they're all different grapes. So there are like over 10,000 grapes that are
my gosh,
that we use for winemaking. In California, we're really known for Cabernet, Chardonnay. Obviously, that's kind of what put Napa on the map, which is where we are. That's where our wines are based out of. Our winery is based out of St. Helena.
They should have said Napa on the mappa, huh?
Yeah.
Well, so now there's our second lap. So Fletch, I mean, you guys are going to abandon me.
TD got a -5 actually earlier.
We actually got to move on to these.
He had a really good cat joke.
Yeah, appreciate that.
It's unbelievable. You mentioned
YouTube. We could probably say
10.
Yeah, we could say that there is a BBC wine.
Oh, there is.
Because we're on YouTube.
So that's another white wine. BBC, don't Google it. You will not find the wine. But if you go to Joe Wagner, what's his Instagram?
So he's Joe the winemaker on his social media handles.
He's kind of blowing up on social media.
He has, especially over the last. He launched his socials about 3 years ago. And part of that was because, we're really seeing a huge gap in younger people wanting to drink. And it was like, how do we connect with this younger generation that is so digitally influenced without alienating our core audience, which is like Gen X, boomers, and older millennials. And he's really, one of the things that's so amazing about Joe is, yes, he is a legacy from Napa, but he doesn't act like it. What you think of what he's going to be is not what he is. He is very down to earth and humble. He's funny. He's charming. And he's so knowledgeable because he's got the pedigree or the wine IQ, I always say, of like someone in their 70s.
Yeah.
But he's in his early 40s. He's got 6 kids. He's running a business. And we're a small family-owned winery. We have less than 150 employees.
Man.
And that includes the winemaking team, but it is his passion. And he always says, like, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Mm-hmm. And that's how he presents. And he travels all over the country. He was just in San Diego last month for Vibe, a on-premise like restaurant conference.
Yeah.
And he was out hitting stores with me. And, he rides in my truck.
Yeah.
He's just such a down-to-earth guy.
What kind of truck do you drive?
I drive a Tacoma.
Oh, no.
Love my Tacoma.
Wow. Love a taco, bro.
Yeah.
I got a 4Runner in the parking lot. My next one's going to either be a Tacoma or a Tundra. And then Fletch just went to the F-150, but he was driving a Tacoma just a month ago, 2 months ago?
I also bought the F-150 at a Tacoma lot.
Oh, yeah. At a Toyota plate. Yeah. We're joined by Lisa Brooks, CSW with Copper Cane Wines. And
CSW, by the way, a certified specialist of wine.
Yes.
You nailed it.
Is that really what it is?
It is.
It is.
So it didn't feel right when I said it. I'll tell you that.
It's a really big book, and you basically cover every single winemaking country and the history and what each country is known for, their regions, their wines. Every country does it differently. Their laws are different. And it took me about a year. I'm not, I'd been out of college for 10 years when I took the test. So definitely had a learning curve there. But I was determined to get it, and I did it, and I never have to take the test again, and I'm so happy about it.
Sweet.
Yeah,
but I get to keep the certification for life. So
that is a one-time only deal.
Yeah.
They employ that here with our. we get updates every 3 months.
Yeah,
I wonder if it's harder or easier than forklift certification.
Harder or easier?
Yeah.
Oh, it is harder. Do you see some of the people who drive forklifts, Fletch?
Forklift certified is a big deal.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Get the hell out
Not
of here.
only am I forklift certified, I am certified to certify on a forklift.
Okay.
Wow. That's a story.
Right?
I need that.
Do you?
Like TD is hotter because he's forklift
I
certified.
was going to say, you be careful. You're going to be working with Tony Conja at Keg and Bottle. He's got warehouses.
He's already hired my
Yeah,
kids.
his eyes are like twinkling right now.
So his kids already work there. So I think,
Yeah.
you should certify them first.
Oh, I can do that. I wouldn't trust them, though, but I'll certify them.
Yeah. They'll have to pay. So we tried the Fumé Blanc. We mentioned the BBC. Let's move on to the Pinot Noir.
We didn't pay off on the BBC. What does it stand for?
So BBC is a winery direct. It's something that you can get at the QUILT & Co. tasting room in downtown Napa.
It's not the British Broadcasting Channel?
No.
I'll tell you what, that was not what I was thinking.
Big buttery Chardonnay.
Big buttery Chardonnay. I've seen that video.
Yep. That's what it stands for. And Joe's really making it for the ladies that love that buttery Chardonnay.
Yeah. So it's for the ladies. It's a good Mother's Day present.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So for anybody who's just, you're sweating it, May is around the corner and you're thinking to yourself, God, what am I going to get? Dear Oma, just a bottle of BBC at the Napa tasting room. Golly.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
No easy segues in
wine tasting.
In wine tasting, yeah. But the Pinot that you poured for us, the QUILT Pinot is absolutely phenomenal. It really does. So you described it as like a true California Pinot because what separates it is it's gonna present almost like a Cabernet.
Well, so Joe is really known for these hardy Pinot Noirs. He's kind of the trailblazer for California Pinot. He came out with his first wine in 2001 before the movie Sideways. And if your listeners and viewers are wine people, they know the movie very well. There's a famous line in there about Merlot and I'm out of here. And I'm not going to say exactly what it is, but
we're on YouTube. You can say whatever you want.
It's fine. Everybody knows it. They can look it up on YouTube. But Joe fell in love with Pinot. Part of the reason he fell in love with Pinot is it was his grandmother's favorite wine. And that's actually the first wine that he came out with was Belle Glos. And that's actually named after his grandmother, Lorna. Her maiden name was Lorna Belle Glos.
Oh.
Yeah. So really cool story. They were very close. She lived to be in her mid-90s and had all of her faculties, and she still drank her wine every day. And Pinot was her favorite. So he started off with Pinot, perfecting that. And then he created a brand that blew up, sold it for a lot of money. And he was able to kind of break off from his dad's company. Caymus Vineyards is where he started Belle Glos under. And then he broke off from his dad's company and started Copper Cane, which is who I work for. So Copper Cane means... Joe likes to pick his fruit when it takes on like this kind of raisiny texture. So it's overripe. And when the cane, we call it the cane, with the fruits actually growing off of the vine. When it takes on like this copper color, that's when he likes to pick the fruit. And that's how he kind of maintains consistency vintage over vintage with all of his wines. And as he diversified and kind of started his own company, he came out with QUILT. And the wine that we're going to have next is actually the QUILT Cab. But the QUILT Pinot that we had earlier is brand new to the market. He just released it this year. And it is, even though Joe's known for like these big, meaty, hardy Pinots, I still feel like you get this. It's a very bold, fruit-forward Pinot, but it's a little bit softer. It's from the Carneros district out of Napa. It's a little bit lighter. So if like you're more of a traditionalist Pinot, I feel like this is going to wet your palate in the right way. And it's a beautiful wine. And I'm excited to sell it in the market.
It's good.
It's delicious.
Yeah, he doesn't make a bad wine.
No, we haven't tasted anything that isn't delicious so far. But what's great about it is you're right. It's still more delicate than, a Cabernet can sometimes come in like a hammer. You know what I mean? Like, you'll get a lot of the dark fruit and like, they're pretty punchy and bold and stuff. But this Pinot Noir, it's still delicate. You know what I mean? Like he's pushing all the right buttons. How did you meet Joe? How did you get involved in the wine scene? Like, what was your story, Lisa?
So I was unemployed. I loved wine. And my father-in-law was like, you'd be great at sales. And I said, well, the only thing I want to sell is something I like. So I said wine. And
you're like,
but I had no idea how to get into the industry.
So you're a distributor, Pop. All the boxes of wine you drop off, I think I could handle selling some of those.
Yeah, everyone thinks it's a really glamorous job. It's not. You're in grocery stores at like 2 a.m. schlepping cases, building displays. It's backbreaking work. And I worked for the distributor for 14 years. But during that time, I worked on a chain account where they were really focused on like a fine wine program. And that's how I met Joe. I was in charge of setting up all the seminars, and several winemakers would come through, and he just had that it factor, right? Like he was the guy that you bring in first thing in the morning when everyone's half asleep, right after lunch, and he's your closer. Like he's always on, and he's so
ABC.
Genuine.
ABC of selling.
Always be selling. Always be closing. Yeah. And He's just got
I
stories.
swear,
I kind of hate you right now, TD.
TD, well, he's getting into the slot.
Yeah, you're right.
We're this Cabernet is going to put him right where we need him to be.
And then I'm going to take him completely over the edge with the red
I
button.
swear, while you were speaking, I thought as you were like, yeah, Joe, he's great in the morning, he's great in the evening, he's great in the afternoon, and I thought TD jumped in with BBC. That's Joe for you.
That's Joe.
Rachel, I love you.
Yeah,
That's his wife.
Oh yeah. No, Rachel, if you're
What up,
watching,
Rach?
Hey, Rachel. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers to you. I mean, yeah, this is.
But I want to piggyback a little bit on
Yeah.
Joe, because Joe,
You met him.
I've met him several times.
Yeah.
Every time he comes to market, he usually takes time to come see us. And
Whoa.
just a down to earth guy.
Oh,
You know, just a normal guy. And takes time to talk to you, let you know you matter and you're a piece of his business. You know.
Yeah.
So that's really important. And then he's actually starting to branch off and do some spirits.
He is.
So
that's fun.
I met his distiller on that, and we got to talk about what he's doing and the exciting new brands that they're putting together. So that's coming down the pike for them, which is exciting and innovative because most winemakers in Napa don't do that.
Yeah.
So that's very cool.
He's got all the used wine barrels for different bourbons and stuff.
Absolutely. He's doing some brandies and pretty cool stuff.
See, TD, that was a useful comment.
Well,
Yes.
no. Okay. Hold on. I'm going to stop you right there because you said used wine barrels for the bourbons, and that's not going to happen. You're way wrong on that. It has to be a new white charred oak barrel. Thank you very
he's
much.
actually
Fletch.
right.
So
What do they
otherwise,
use
he's
the
making
used wine barrels for?
whiskey. Thank you.
Yeah.
They can they just can't call it bourbon. They can still use it.
Mm-hmm.
They
Yeah.
just can't call it bourbon. So it's bourbon barrel aged.
Yep.
You know, but
That's
Which
4
we do have
glasses
a few
in,
of
folks. 4 glasses in. Mark that.
mark that. And then back to Joe going, hey, come back to the winery, and he's not the kind of guy that just says something and he made sure it happened. So we actually went with I want to say there's 12 of us, maybe 14 of us.
Yeah.
By the way, for
Gracious
anyone,
host.
for anyone out there selling anything, ABC always be closing is a very useful comment,
Yes.
Fletch.
Yes.
You're not wrong.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah. Was that from Glenn Ross? Yeah.
I don't know.
Everything he's learned from movies he's seen on cable channels.
You know what we're going to do? After a bar cart,
Yeah.
we're going to call a couple customers that kind of abandon their cart,
Yeah.
and we're going to let him try to close them.
Oh,
Please, let's do it
That's
live.
interesting.
Let's
And we'll do
it.
that live.
Oh my God.
You're gonna make so much money.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
You're hired.
More off the
Your radio
TikToks.
assistant.
More off the TikToks and it going viral than you actually closing anything.
I just picture.
I won't put money on that. You guys want to put money on that?
Hey, it's Travis.
He's like, Ethel.
Why didn't you buy?
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you about your cart.
You need some BBC on it.
That's right. That's right. I've looked up your profile
Yeah.
and I can tell that you're missing the BBC.
This is insane. But and what I'm talking about is the Cabernet.
Yeah.
The Cabernet is absolutely insane. This might be. I know we say this a bunch, but this is. I mean, how did he do that?
So when he was working for his dad at Caymus, he actually helped. Everyone's like, well, when he started making Cab, they're like, wait a minute, you're the Pinot guy. And he goes, yeah, I worked at Caymus. I made Caymus for 10 years. Like Chuck stepped away from the business and Joe kind of learned the business and he was making Caymus. So he's very well versed in all winemaking varietals. So this is kind of his homage. He really wanted to make a Cab that was luxury, but not at like that $100, $80 price point. So this is really meant to be an affordable Napa luxury Cab. It's sexy, it's luscious, it's velvety. I mean, it's smooth
Those
on the
are
mouth.
some serious descriptors.
These are
here.
all of my sales descriptors when I'm, tasting customers.
Okay, so this is
Pause.
No, it's good. It's good because everything.
smooth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's silky. It's velvety. It's smooth. And
but how much will this bottle set you back here if you're going to keg_bottle.com?
So normally this bottle will set you back about $40, but it's on sale just for the show. So you mention the show or you go online and we've already adjusted the prices online for the show. So if you're listening to us online anywhere in the country, we'll ship directly to your door.
In fact, in the description in YouTube, there's a link to keg_bottle.com.
Ooh-wee. Well, I'm telling you, for $40 or even less than $40, if you mention the show, that's insane.
Yeah.
for
It
this
is.
bottle.
It is.
That's crazy.
And that's why it's the number one selling cab in the country.
Is that true?
It is in that price point. So we look at things called Nielsen data, which is like through the register.
Yeah, we know them.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, they're fun.
Sometimes they're not very nice, and sometimes they're way too nice.
So they love us. We have a lot of green. There's,
good.
We're Joe's doing something right, and it's catching on with people.
Now, Lisa, the bottle is like bigger, wider than most wine bottles, isn't it?
So
or
Joe
does it just look more aggressive?
It's a heavier glass. So
that's the BBC. What? That's the BBC.
I cannot get you guys off the BBC.
You're just obsessed with it. Yeah, right. I'm just saying. It looks more aggressive.
He has been described as a big buttery Chardonnay in other parts of his life. So I get it. Yep. But the glass, does the glass matter in the bottling or the preservation of the wine?
So consumers do, I mean, when you're paying, you'll notice like if you're buying like a $10, $20 bottle of wine, you'll notice that it's a little bit lighter in weight. And then as it kind of goes up in price and also quality, you will find a heavier glass. And you would have to ask Joe that. But I think when people are buying something that's expensive, it doesn't want to feel like a paperweight. It actually wants to feel like there's some
I feel like I'm going to
call
him and tell him to come on the show.
Yeah.
We should do that. Okay with doing a redo?
Oh, we love it.
I mean, he's got a couple other brands, though.
When are we doing it? Like at 11:30?
Yeah, can we have a couple hours, not just one? We have a lot of wine to go through.
Not a problem.
Probably do it from his house, Tony.
What about the shape of the bottle? What's the shape of the bottle mean for each kind of wine?
So typically, Pinots will have this curved set. Same with Chardonnay. You'll see Sauvignon Blancs and Cabernets, red blends tend to have this more straight bottle. Mm-hmm. Part of it's aging, but also like, there's a lot of thought that goes into how it's going to fit on the shelf. If everybody does a different size shape, it's not going to fit very well on the shelf. And for guys like Tony, who also have like shops, and I work in retail as well, it's a nightmare when someone puts a Cabernet in a Pinot bottle because it doesn't fit well on the shelf.
Oh, that's interesting.
So it is part of aesthetics as well.
Yes.
And there's a traditionality to it as well. Like Cab has always kind of been in these traditionally straight bottles, and Pinots and Chardonnays have been in these more curved bottles.
Awesome Broso tequila is a nightmare.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
BBC Awesome Broso.
Yeah.
Wow, why did we even bring that up? I mean, I knew with a bunch of guys you were going to go that way.
You said Mother's Day, you said BBC.
That was
where else we're going to go?
All I was saying is we're trying to sell wine here.
It was my fault because I showed a picture of it. We drank it at the winery. We were there. Chuck was very nice.
I haven't even had it.
So we were in that little private room in the warehouse.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you what, you probably shouldn't, because they say once you have it, you don't go back. So I'm just saying. Yeah, look, the Awesome Broso, the bottle is beautiful. It's ornate.
Yeah. We had them on the show.
Probably has a second life after you finish the tequila.
I used to sell it when I was at my Southern.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Southern Wine and Spirits, is that what it was?
It was. I think it's a different name now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Not as good as Keg and Bottle.
No.
I think it's a distributor then.
That's who sells it to us.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. They're okay. That's not a bad word.
I had your back, Tony.
I appreciate you.
I love how Fletch is like, not my man.
Ain't no way.
You want to try to talk to me about a casino other than Valley View? I'll bite you.
I will put a fist in your face.
Oh man, but that is interesting. It's something I did not notice, that like the Cabernet bottle has to have like the shoulders on it, and then the Chardonnay and the Pinot Noir, it almost has like an hourglass figure.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's I didn't realize there was a difference. It does make sense on the shelf. Does it make sense? Like, does it accentuate the flavor of the wine, or how?
I'm sure it does, and it's also just I think it's just a traditional culture thing. It's always kind of stick to what
just been that way.
It's always been that way. And that's the beautiful thing about wine. Like, we've been drinking wine for 2,000 years. What people keep coming back to is the stories and the romance. And that's what Joe has with Copper Cane. He's got such a cool story. The wines are fantastic. And, he's not trying to play in every single sandbox. He's very thoughtful with the wines that he makes, and what varietal category is kind of missing something, and what can he make to fill that void.
Prior to 2,000 years, it was water.
Exactly.
Right. And then
But which
into
wasn't
wine.
drinkable.
and then
That's right. That's
Their
true.
water was, they
It was
drink
true. It was like
wine.
brown.
Wine was their water.
Yeah.
it's true. You know what? Our connection with spirits or beer, wine, like it truly used to be the health drink. Like the same way people view protein shakes now. There was a point in the not so distant past where the only potable drink was wine because the fermentation process killed bacteria.
Yeah.
And then they'd put mushrooms in that wine, and then we get democracy.
Well, no. That was even
sorry.
way further
I'm sorry,
back.
what?
He's talking about he's talking about like ancient winemakers.
They had
like
mushrooms in it?
all over Europe.
Psilocybin.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We made mushroom coffee here. It was the worst coffee I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, but it wasn't the fun mushrooms.
worst coffee
It was
ever.
terrible.
Yeah,
I
but that
know.
was like the mushrooms that's supposed to be good for your stomach. These are mushrooms that let you see God.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I wanted to throw away the coffee maker for fear it had tainted every cup of coffee from that point on.
Actually, you know what's interesting is there are sometimes wines, I might be making this up, but there are sometimes wines I'll drink, especially red blends, but Cabernets too sometimes, where I do, because I'm a huge coffee drinker, I'll almost pick up coffee. Like as I'm drinking, like an aftertaste where I'm like, oh, that reminds me of coffee beans.
That's coming from the barrel. So
Oh.
those toast notes that you get, those baking spices, leather, coffee, tobacco, even sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate. That's all coming from what it's aged in. So the barrel.
Oh.
Usually American oak.
Yeah.
French oak tends to be more neutral. Joe uses a little bit of both on all of his wines. On the whites, he tends to do stainless steel because it's also neutral. But yeah, I mean, that's winemaker's prerogative.
Tony
Did
brought
you
over.
just do the wrong tube again?
No.
Try to get him to dump.
Yeah.
So, full disclosure, dump bucket.
It's dry.
That's how we're able to do our
He does
job all
not know
day.
how to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, let me show you our dump bucket today.
Yeah. So Tony brought it over and I'm like, I ain't spitting.
We're just getting a little red in the face.
Oh,
Just
God,
definitely enjoying
God,
his
it's really
wine.
hot in here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, the problem with you're calling it accurate. The problem with wine is I do get that feeling of like warmth every
Yeah.
time I drink it. Like, but it's like a warm blanket.
It's a good thing.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, it's like a quilt.
Oh my God. Which, by the way, we mentioned this on the radio show. I wanted to give it a shout out here on the YouTube show. Gosh, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it on camera. TD, you might be closer, but the QUILT label, you guys were really intentional about making this. And Joe, and I'm sure you and others around the company probably had some say so, but I was looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, they put like a blanket on the front of it. It's kind of have waves in it. And then the longer I looked at it, I'm like, this isn't a quilt. This is an aerial view of vineyards scattered along, like the countryside.
Exactly.
And for somebody like me who's a complete dolt, I'm walking into a grocery store or a keg and bottle, and I'm just scanning labels and trying to pick the most beautiful one. This is coming home. TD polishes off a
He
bottle.
wants every last drop.
Yeah. This is coming home.
That
with
was
me
the
because
white.
I figure if you're going to put this much effort into the label, the wine inside, the juice has got to be pretty good.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's you nailed it on the head. Like I've been selling this wine for years, and I've never really had anyone get it that quickly. So when
okay, come on, don't feed into the
I
ego.
do want to tell you, he's a professional athlete.
Wow.
Lisa,
I know.
call him an idiot, please.
Yeah, come on.
The man
But
has
he's,
CTE.
one of
His
the
brain is
smartest
damaged.
guys I know.
Yeah, she must talk to so many dumb people.
I
That
have
work.
two athletes at home, they're
Yeah.
very smart. They-
Lisa,
they
Rich
run
took
my
his
pieces.
face and ran it into other men's
Yeah.
faces for 20 years.
she talks to
Yeah.
people who drink wine.
He was
These are smart
bang,
people.
bang.
No. No,
Bang,
you
bang.
heard
You
what
would
she said.
never
BBC
know it.
bang.
She said I'm smart.
Lisa,
She
I
said
once saw Rich
Don't you have
pour-
CTE? It's a certified thickness education.
No
This is not bad.
CTE here.
Big fat ass.
He's right.
And he'll school you on it,
Okay.
Lisa.
So listen, I am Richard Ornberger, CTE
Really?
BFA. I'm not CSW, but I'm working on it.
That takes a year of studying.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. I'm just slow.
No, the book is enormous.
Yeah, I
It
can't
is
believe-
enormous,
Let
and
me
it's
tell you.
twice as big as when I took the test.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
I took it 11 years ago.
The first time I hired a somm, the Christmas after I hired this woman, she gave me it's called the Bible, the wine
Yeah.
Bible.
Oh,
It literally
gosh.
looks like that. And she's like, here you go. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do with that?
I mean,
Wow.
you ain't reading you.
No.
I still have all of my study binders. Like I won't throw them out. Everything's highlighted. I have my study cards. I have my maps. The maps. Oh my gosh, the maps.
PTSD. Looks like
A little bit.
PTSD.
Quiz
A
time.
little bit.
What region does a Super Tuscan come from?
I'm gonna guess Tuscany.
That
Italy?
was Star Wars.
Yeah. Alpha Centurion.
Yeah.
I sell domestic wines.
Okay.
Oh,
All
yeah.
California.
But I do think it is Tuscany, Rich. You nailed it.
No,
You are smart.
Well, yeah, dude, and also don't be a dummy. We didn't study those types of wines at CSW and BFA school. You jerk.
And it was a really long time ago.
Yeah, bud.
Now,
Yeah, so get it straight.
Tuscany, Italy.
Lisa, I have seen people hold up their glass to a white sheet of
Yes.
paper to look at the color of the wine, and that tells them the age of the wine in the bottle.
Rich, can I borrow your forehead
If they
real
have
quick?
a crystal ball, it does.
A white sheet of paper.
I think when people are learning to taste and really appreciate wine, there's definitely the way that the Psalms do it. Yes, they will hold up to a white piece of paper just because it's such a contrast, right? So you want it. Color is important to wine. It's important to winemakers. But that's it. It is a look. So on this, we're getting some really dark berry, some deep purple, some deep reds here.
Smoke on the water.
How about the legs?
What?
The
Yeah,
legs,
it does have
long
good
leg-
legs.
It has long legs.
does have
Yes,
good
it
legs.
does. That's always my husband's favorite thing.
How about on the
a
nose?
cab.
Wait, our time is up.
Hell of a nose.
No,
Hell
this
no.
is
hang
This is
on.
the last one. So let's
Let's taste it.
let's.
So
taste
you
it.
guys are actually having the red blend. This is a red blend that hits way above its weight class.
Whoa.
It's
Wow.
Petit Syrah, Petit Verdot, Merlot,
Is
and
that the one?
Zinfandel. And it is just such a rock star. It's the number 2 selling red blend in the country.
Wow.
Wow.
And it's in a category of over 220 red blends.
How much does this bottle set you back?
It's same. I'm telling you, like 30
Less.
bucks.
What?
Less.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Are you kidding me?
So, and it's incredible. I'm telling you, incredible. Shipped to your door. You get a whole case. You spend enough money, you get free shipping.
Keg the letter in bottle.com.
He's
That's where
the
you go.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, mention
Holy
the show,
smokes.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. You're going to get Quilt wine, whether you choose the red blend, the
Wow.
Cabernet, the Pinot Noir. You're going to walk away with a winner. If you get that reserve, that Fumé Blanc that we started with, wonderful. It's the white wax dip top to it. Really, really good
with
stuff.
a patent pending seal.
Yes.
Oh,
All
yeah.
of our wines are either screw cap or our reserves have the wax on it. One, because it's sexy and iconic, but two, it helps prevent corking.
Sexy and iconic.
True Napa
That is
Cab.
now the slogan for the show. Lisa, you are welcome back anytime. In fact, we'll see you Monday. You are now the 5th member of
I'll
the
bring a
show.
whole new brand.
Well,
Yeah.
we did only one round on purpose.
Oh,
So
my
that we could
gosh.
have her back or Joe back and focus on something else from the wine.
Love
Definitely.
man, I
Thanks
can't
you
wait.
guys so much
Yeah.
for
Oh,
having me.
man.
It's been a blast today.
You're
This
the
is
best.
wonderful.
You're the best.
Same.
All right, you know what to do.
Yeah.
Get you some. It is Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. It is a Bar Car Friday. We'll do this again in a week. Although, I'll be honest with you, we might have to do it again on Monday.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I
Big
don't hate it.
Rich, TD, and Fletch. Out.